Welcome back to this channel. Today I am going to start a new series, and this series will be based on the particle hair system of the lion, and we will also focus on the rigging of this lion. So let's start this video. So here you can see on the screen I am having the 3D model of the lion. If you want this 3D model, you can download from the description. The link is given in the description. So this model is having a very good kind of texture, and even the topologies are very good. So let me show you the texture first. So here you can see this model is having an amazing texture. You can also model this on your own. So if you want to model it on your own, you can watch the horse series that I had made it earlier, and even the texture of this lion is very similar to the texture that is I had shown in the camel series. So you can, if you are modeling it on your own, then you can watch it. So now let's begin with this video. So first of all, we are going to add the tail particle. So here in the edit mode, we are going to select the vertices, and we will assign these vertices to form a vertex group. So here I am adding a new vertex group, and I am renaming it to tail. And we need to assign the vertices to this group. So now in the particle setting, add a new particle system, and over this down over here, assign the vertex group as density. Now decrease the length of the hair particle to 1. We need to also again decrease this to 0.5, I think. Let's 0.2 will be, I think this is fine. Or you can always play around this hair length, whatever you like. And I am going to use this interpolated as the children particles. Now we can go to the particle edit mode, and we can groom these hair particles so as to give a definite shape of the tail. So here you can see from the top view it was looking perfect, but from the side view it is not looking perfect. So you need to always check around from the different angles while working with the particle system. So now let's check this into the preview tab. So here you can see these tail particles are having a very amazing texture, and you can always go back and just play around those particles, whatever the small tiny changes you need to like. So now let's take this into the render tab. So for rendering process, we need to add some lightings so that it will be illuminated. So here I am using the 3-point lighting system, and we can obviously duplicate this particular light and make it as a 3-point light system. So now duplicate this and place it right over here, and one more duplicate and place it right over here. And now you can just play around the position of these lights as in what you like. Now let's see this into the render view. So we need to increase the strength of each of these lights in order to get a proper render. So selecting the light and going to this and increase its power. So each of these three lights will have a different kind of power based on their position. So you can also play around those power settings, whatever you like. And now you can see this tail is having an amazing texture, and it is look very realistic. So now it's a time to add a new particle system. So selecting the lion, but before that let's rename this particle system to tail, so as to not to have any confusion in future. So now I am just adding a new particle system, and but before that let's select the vertex group. So this particle system will affect the fur of this lion. So now let's select the areas which will be covered by the fur. So here I have selected the whole lion, and now we will deselect those areas where the fur will not be affected. So around those mouth and the nose areas where the fur will not be affected, you can deselect those areas. Even the areas around the eyes, and also at the inner part of the, what we can say, ear, those areas won't be having any kind of fur. So you need to deselect those areas. So just deselect those areas that I have showing it over here. So as soon as you deselect the unrequired vertices, what we can do now is we need to add a vertex group. So here I am adding a new vertex group, and I am renaming it to body underscore fur, and we can assign this vertices to this vertex group. So now just rechecking whether the vertex group is working properly or not. So now we can come to the object mode and add a new particle system. So here you can see I have this new particle system, and we can also rename this to that same name of body underscore fur. So now just change the particle mode to hair and assign the vertex group that we have made. Now decrease the line to 0.1. So we need to further decrease this hair length. So I think 0.05, or again 0.02. So I think this is the perfect, and we can obviously increase the number of hair particles to, I think, 5000. Since this model is very large, so it would have required a larger number of particles. So here you can see I am using the interpolated mode as a children particle. So here you can see, by using this children setting, uh, this is going to fill the entire mesh. So now let's check this into the render view. So here you can see right now these hairs are not looking properly. So but we can obviously change some of the parameters to get it right. So under the clumping section, change the clump value to 0.1. So now I am again changing this clump value to 0.05. Just we can proceed this process by using the trial and error method, and also change this shape to 0.3. Now under the roughness section, change this random to 0.1. So in the render view, let's see how this looks. So we need to again further change some of these things to make it look proper. So I am just again changing the random value to 0.05, since that value was too large for this uh, randomization of the hair. So now coming back to this kink, let's see this curve, and you can see the things get messed up. So we need to just reduce this amplitude to 0.01, and again the frequency to 0.5, I mean the 5, or you can again change some of the parameters whatever you like. Just play around those parameters and you will find it good. And also change this hair shape and the diameter to 0.3 and the tip to 0.1, I mean the 0.01. Now I am going to the particle edit mode, and let's just comb this particle. So here you can see I am just combing the particles into a one particular direction. It should move according to the shape of the body. So don't randomly comb the particle. You need to take care that while moving the, I mean while grooming the particle, you don't change the particle from the other angle. So here on the top, since the head is the most important part, so you need to be very careful while grooming the hair particles. So now let's check this into the rendered view. So here you can see now the particles are a bit more properly following the shape of the body, but we need to again change some of those settings in order to have some better look. So here I am increasing the number of children to 200. So let's see how this goes. And now under the roughness section, uh, is it okay here? So increase the random value to 0.1. And under the king section, change the shape value to also 0.1. So now let's check this. So since the hair are looking much more better, so let's check this into the rendered view. If your computer is lagging while doing this, you can obviously reduce the number of hair particles. So we can obviously play around the lighting later on, but right now we are just focusing on these hair particles. So don't worry about those dark areas where the lights are not coming. So here on looking at the model right now, what we can see that hair are looking a bit more better. So now just let's move further. So here I am just hiding both of our hair system, and now it's time to add a new hair particle system. So into the edit mode, we can just select a group of vertices which will be helpful for us in adding a new vertex group. So here I am just deselecting the couple of areas where the new hair of the hair system won't be affecting. So just try to deselect those areas. So again we need to just deselect those ear areas. Since they don't have that long hair, so we can just deselect those areas. Now add a new vertex group and assign this vertices to this group, and also rename this group to long hair or else long fur, whatever you like, and assign this value. So now just recheck it. So now coming back to the object mode, let's add a new particle system. So under the particle system, add a new particle and also rename this with the same name that you have named the vertex group, and with the hair as the particle under the vertex group section, change the density. Okay, so now we can obviously decrease the hair length to 1. So let's see how this value goes. Increase the number of hair particles to whatever. I I think I should go with the 5000, or else let's decrease it with 3000. Let's see how this goes. Also, I'm just decreasing the hair length to 0.5. So now under the children section, change the children mode to interpolated, and what we can do now is we can change the display and the render setting of to 20. So now again this change the B spline to 4, both render and viewport. So now under the children section, change the glump value to 0.1 or something greater than that, and the shape to 0.1 also. I think it should work, or let's see 0.5. So now under the toughness section, increase the random value to 0.1 or 0.2. So now since you can see 0.01 was not affecting quite a lot, but 0.1 affected it a way more better. And as soon as I change the king type to curl, you can see it is taking the shape. And now let's play with this amplitude. Oh, the 0.2 was way more better. So now let's see with this 0.05. Now under the hair shape, change the same diameter and tip to 0.3 and 0.1 respectively. Now let's see this into the render view, how this looks. So here you can see this is looking amazing. However, we need to just groom this long hair, since they are looking a bit what we can say uniform. We need to randomize those hairs. So now into the particle edit mode, with the comb selected, try to groom the hair particles just the way I am grooming them. So in this process, you need to again follow that same principle of grooming the hair particle according to the what you can say the shape of the body. Make sure that hair particles don't fall on the face of the lion, otherwise they would look awkward. So just simply groom this hair particles. And also just do some randomization while grooming the hair particle. So again, it was looking perfect from the front view, but not from the top view. So before concluding the your work, you need to obviously check from the all the different views. So now after grooming, we can check this into the render view, and what we can see is the particles are a bit more better, but we need to obviously change the color of this what we can say, the particles, hair, long hair particles. So how to improve this is the biggest challenge right now. So into the particle edit mode again, we can just increase the length of the some of the hair particles. Since they were looking a bit smaller, so under this section, turn on the X mirroring so that the grooming particle will be mirrored also on the X direction. So here you can see I am just increasing the some of the length of the hair particles. So this process is a bit quite a long process, and you need to be very patient while working with the hair particle system. So it is also very time consuming and it will take a lot of time. So now I'm just simply grooming this hair particles. So now you can see the most of the hair grooming has been done. Just a small little bit things are remaining. So now I'm just combining the group of the hair into a particular shape that you can see on the screen. So it would look a bit more authentic with the hair of the lion. And if you can see, some of the certain hairs are not behaving properly, so you need to again just correct those position of those hair, as it is quite important, otherwise they would look a bit awkward into that particular portion where they are lying. So now we can just check this into the rendered view. So here it is looking a much better, the way it should look. So now we need to just play with the what we can say, the material of this hair, and I am just unhiding all those hair, and let's see how this looks into the rendered view. So right now you can see both the body fur and the long hair are looking very similar, as they are having the same kind of material. And again, also this lighting was not uh, proper, so you can change whatever the lighting setting that you like according to the model that you are just working with. So now you can see the hair particles are also displaying properly on the face. So you can obviously play around the lightings and all those things. However, the actual difference will be based upon the change of the material. So I'm just going to the shading tab, and with the new material, so I'm adding a new material right over here, and we can hide this particular body fur, and I'm just replacing this principal BSDF with the principal hair. And now under the particle section, under the render, and change the material with the new material. So now I am just renaming this material in order to be very organized, so otherwise it won't create problem into the future. So you need to always rename all those particles and objects. So I have just changed this to melanin contraction, and we can just add a new color ramp. So this will basically define the color of the hair. So now I am going to the render tab, and let's see how this looks. So again, just play around this melanin redness. So here I am just playing with the color ramp, and what you can see is this is looking a bit more proper, and this should work properly since the hair are looking amazing. And I'm just saving this particular project, and I'm just unhiding this body fur. So now let's see this both combined into the rendered view. So now you can clearly differentiate between the long hair and the body fur. So by changing the material, we have changed the what you can say, the way both the different kind of hair should look. So now I am just unhiding all the hair systems. So on looking at this, all the hair systems, what we can conclude that these are looking amazing, and I'm just changing the tail hair to the long fur material so that there will be some similarities between the long hair and the tail. So I think this is looking proper, and we can conclude this video, and we will meet into the part 2 of this video. So till then, so have a nice day, keep watching this video, and if you have learned something new, you can obviously hit the likes button, and have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching this video.